Welcome everyone, I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Arkham Horror the card game. We're doing Path of Carcosa and starting with Curtain Call. This is actually my second attempt at doing this. My first attempt wasn't the worst, but I didn't play the best, and I definitely got a little too greedy, and I don't exactly want to start the first scenario with a loss. Also, I just want to get a little bit, see if I can do a little bit better with Patrice. This is my first time playing her, so we'll kind of see if we can do a little bit better. The biggest thing I ran into, at least on the first attempt with Patrice, is all three of her allies were at the bottom of the deck, which really, really hindered her because she just had no options for soaking. Okay, so with all that, I'm going to go ahead. I shuffled the encounter deck. I've set the difficulty to easy. Yep, so we do have -2s and only skulls right now. Anyone that's not familiar, if I'm replaying a campaign, I'm not going to really read much of the story text. I will read the act and agendas, but that's about it. The third act, the theater is eerily silent. The old wooden floor creaks beneath your feet, and a light rain gently patters on the roof as you explore the auditorium. There are more rotting corpses among the seats, and the rest of the crowd has vanished, 6 doomed to advance. And then the awakening, you pinch yourself to see if you are dreaming, and sure enough, your skin stings and reddens. You take a deep breath and try to think rationally. Whatever is going on, you must explore the theater to learn the truth of the matter. 6 clues to advance. Curtain of the skull is -1 right now, -3 if you have 3 or more horror on you. We do start with 2 horror on both characters because of trauma, so this is going to be a little bit of a rough start. And then the other symbols we don't have in the bag yet, but they are -4s. And if you fail, actually it doesn't even matter if you fail or pass. If you're on a location that has horror on it, you will take 1 horror. Otherwise, it will place horror down. So these tokens are just brutal. Not only are they -4s, but they will do their ability no matter what. So with all that, let's go ahead and do Mulligan. Draw 5. That's a weakness. That's her exclusive. Okay. I don't want the heirloom. I don't want the promise of power. I'm kind of okay with the fearless, the shriveling, the sword cane. Alright, so we're going to probably be busy on the first few rounds just trying to get things out. Alright, and then Patrice, you will draw 5. Holy cow. Alright, starting with the Patrice violin is actually pretty good. Everything else I don't really want right now. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, a Rite of Seeking. An interesting start. Okay, we can do some things with that. And the improvised weapon is not a big deal. Alright, we're in investigation phase. We'll go ahead and we're starting in the theater. So not much to say there. There's no clues here to work with. I'll go ahead and start with Agnes. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 to get out the shriveling. I am going to go ahead and move 1 step. So originally when I did this, I split up. I went lobby with Agnes, and I did backstage for Patrice. So I'm going to try the opposite. At the very least, I do want something. I do at least want to have a location with clues active, especially in the case of Agnes here, because we want clues. All right, so just move there. And then, oh, sorry, I need to do the actual effect here. Get 2 backstage locations. One and 2. All right, and for right now, for my last action, I'm just going to go ahead and move down. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll just go ahead and move down. And I spawn rats. Not exactly the thing I want. Alright, so this is unfortunately going to do a damage to us, but that's okay. We can make things work. Damage is the least of our concern right now. Alright, in the case of Patrice, first action, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out her violin. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust it, and discard the improvised weapon to gain a resource. And then I'm going to spend 4 to get out Right of Seeking. And we'll go ahead and just move one space over here. And this will spawn 2 of the other locations. Okay. So Agnes will take 1 damage from the rats. And that is pretty much it. So go straight. Oh, I need to grab this. I always forget to grab it. Put this down here. All right. So that was enemy phase upkeep. So for those who are wondering, yes, it does keep track of whether or not you're playing Patrice. So watch this. Upkeep, discards, and draws. All right. Not the worst. Okay, with that, we'll go straight to Mythos. 1 Doom. Alright, 4 book. If you fail, you either put a Doom on the current agenda or take a 1 horror for each point you fail by. Alright, I'm just going to go 2 to 4. Alright, I'm going to take 2 horror. Which I'm just going to go ahead and deny existence that, so I don't take any horror. Alright. And we got our first weakness, our first hidden card. Cannot commit skills to skill test. We're going to need to deal with that. Okay. It's not the end of the world, but it definitely could be better. Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will spend 2 actions with Patrice to get rid of... Actually, can I... I mean, I could Ward of Protection it. 1 second. Alright, so I believe I can do this. So I am going to go ahead and spend the 1 resource and take the horror to do Ward of Protection to not draw this. So the peril in hidden makes it so no one else can do anything about it, but the revelation effect is still a revelation effect, so you can still cancel it. So it does not get into your hand, and that is important. Okay, so with all that, let's go ahead and keep going. I am currently here. I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to move up to here. All right. I am going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt, discard manual. Actually, I'll discard Improvised Weapon to gain a resource. And then I am going to go ahead and use a Right of Seeking. I will commit a Unexpected Courage, so this is going to bring us to 6 to 2. All right, we succeed. We do get both clues here. And we'll go ahead and move back to where we were. Progress made. All right, meanwhile, we got Agnes here. I'm going to go ahead and spin 2 to get out my Sword Cane. I will go ahead and immediately do its a fight effect. I will use willpower for this, so it's going to be 5 to 1. I will commit a Fearless, so it'll be 6 to 1. All right. All right. Next, I'll spend an action to exhaust this and attack again, 5 to 1. Okay, it's killed. Next, I'm going to go ahead and just draw a card. That's it. All right, no enemies. I'll go ahead and go straight to upkeep. All right, Pete Sylvester, we at least got that going. All right, St. Hubert's Key. Ward of Protection. And a Defiance. Okay. Second Doom. Another rat. King's Edict. This will get Surge. King's Edict. This will get Surge. I will lose 1 action. This will also surge. Attach to my location. Oh, to my location, which will be here. Alright. This isn't the end of the world. So what this does is if I leave this location, I'll either take 1 horror or lose 1 action. A bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright. We'll start with Agnes here. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust the Sword Cane and attack. 5-1. Killed it. I will go ahead and gain a resource and then spend those resources to get out Pete Sylvester, which will give her +1 agility. Alright. Next goes to Patrice. Patrice, I'll go ahead and exhaust this to discard Overpowered and gain a resource. As much as I would love to do St. Hubert's Key right now, I mean, technically it would be slightly a benefit. Yeah, I'll go ahead and gain a resource as an action. And then I'll spend 4 resources to get out St. Hubert's Key, which is going to change my sanity to 5. So. Alright. And then you'll get +1/+1. Alright. That is it on that front. No enemies on the board. Go ahead and go straight to Upkeep. Holy Rosary. Okay, Madame Labranche. Okay, so we at least got something. Alright, go to Mythos. We're now 3 of 6. Cannot play events. Okay. And a Frozen in Fear. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with Agnes. Agnes will go ahead and gain a resource, then spend 2 to get out Holy Rosary. And then I'm going to go ahead and have her draw a card. This is what we need. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of resources to play around with it. Alright. For Patrice, I'm going to go ahead and use Patrice's Violin to discard a card. Let's discard Run for Your Life to gain 1 resource. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to get out Madame Labranche. If you have no resources, you can exhaust her to gain 1 resource, so I will do so. And I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to place 1 of my clues on this location to get rid of this. And then my last action, I am going to go ahead and do a Rite of Seeking here. Actually, no, we're not going to do a Rite of Seeking. We'll do a regular Investigate. So we're right now 3-4. I am currently in... I'm in Desperation, because I have 3 or less sanity remaining. I have 2 remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and do Desperate Search. Yeah, Desperate Search will be better. So this will be 7-4. And we succeed. This will get us 1 clue. Oh yeah, sorry, I did not do the remove. Oh, actually, I did remove it, didn't I? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I get a clue back. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about the clue here because it is just it's not a victory. Okay. Also, I go ahead and do a 5-3 test. I'll go ahead and commit Last Chance because I have it available. So Last Chance, it's the only card I can commit, and it loses 1 wild for each card in my hand, so it's going to be 4. So I'm at 9-3, and we're good. All right. Upkeep. All right. All right, we got Miss Doyle. As well as some winging it. All right, Mythos. We're now 4 of 6. And currently we only have 2 clues. All right, routing remains 6 to 3. Good to go. And one of these. Can't move more than once each turn. Okay. That's not really a danger right now. It'll be a danger later on. Okay. Let's go ahead and move with Patrice. All right, increase the resource cost of each card in your hand by 2. Okay. I'll go ahead and investigate using... Well, before I do that, I will go ahead and use Patrice Violin, discard Run for Your Life to gain a resource. And yeah, I'll go ahead and do an investigation using Rite of Seeking. So currently we are 5 to 4. And we will go 6 to 4, 7 to 4. Yeah, I just can't move. That's the only restriction. Okay, good to go. We do get both clues. So the good news is we're getting the victory. Bad news is our pace is not great, and we're kind of struggling on a number of things. And then for the last action, I'm just going to gain a resource. Okay. Agnes. So it's either I fish for cards. Let's go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out Forbidden Knowledge. I'm going to exhaust Forbidden Knowledge, gain a resource, and put a horror on you. And then I will spend my last action gaining 1 more resource, and I'll be good to go to get Rite of Seeking out next round. Yeah. Yeah, I can't play events. That's my own restriction right now. Okay, upkeep. Oh, now I get Uncaged the Soul. Well, I can't really play it, but that's okay. Oh, good, it keeps track of weaknesses. Speaking of weaknesses, I got all of them. I got all my weaknesses this round. Alright, so I'm -1s to everything because of this. And we do have a Watcher from another dimension, which is not going to be a problem until later. Okay. Yeah, my evasion options are limited. Alright, let's go ahead and go to Mythos. We're now 5 of 6. Swarm Rats. Another one of these. I'm actually okay with leaving that there. Alright, let's go ahead and start with Agnes here. I'm going to go ahead and just do... Pete should have healed for 1 horror at the end of my round. So, but I'm still going to do this to gain a resource and put a horror back on him. Alright, and then as for my first action, I am going to use Sword Cane, 6 to 1. Good to go. Yeah, her Elder Sign doesn't really do much, unfortunately. Then I'll take an action to get out the Rite of Seeking. And then my last action, I am going to investigate using Rite of Seeking, using 1 charge. So we will be 6 to 3. Perfect. We get both clues here. I believe this is enough to do what we need to do. It is exactly enough, so we'll go ahead and advance. So we're at least a little bit ahead. Alright, his final bow. Shadow creeps along the wall beside you, and your heart leaps into your throat. You turn, and a figure flits away, just out of sight. Either your mind is playing tricks on you, or someone else is in the theater. You follow the direction of the shadow, rounding a nearby corner. At the far end of the hall, he stands awaiting you, a man in an elegant black suit, his face covered by a pale mask. Though his attire has changed, you instantly recognize him as the actor who played the role of the Stranger, one of the characters from The King in Yellow. He turns and disappears through an open doorway as if taunting you to follow. All right. Choose one of the set-aside locations at random. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this and hit shuffle once. All right, backstage doorway. So it's going to be over here again. All right. And then we're going to spawn this guy. All right. So it's kind of nice that it's on Agnes's side, but we can at least kind of do something with that. All right, and then we do need to get a random copy of Act 2A. That's going to be that one. And the rest can get thrown in here. All right, and this can be thrown away. All right. Okay. That is it for Agnes. Pete Celestial will heal. I'll just put this aside for now. All right, Patrice, I know you're a bit busy. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and discard a manual dexterity to gain a resource. I am going to go ahead and move. I will take the one horror, which I'm just going to negate using deny existence. Get me there. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 actions to get rid of Haunted, because this thing sucks. And that'll be it for her. Alright. Well, the good news is my cycling through the deck is going to be slower. The bad news is my cycling through the deck is going to be slower. Okay. That is it. There are no enemies on the board. Also, I'm just checking a few things here. Okay, I was just seeing if there's any quotes, but no, that doesn't look like there are any. Okay, so we'll go and go straight to Upkeep. Another Forbidden Knowledge. Great, I don't really need it now, though. And Mind's Eye. And Say Your Prayers. Okay. Okay, this has potential. What I could do is also super risky, because I do want to get rid of this Watcher from another dimension sooner than later. I mean, to be honest, having this in my hand is not the end of the world. It's going to hit me for 3, and I have full health, and I have a Madame Lebranche as well, so may not be the end of the world. All right. Let's go ahead and go to Mythos, which of course is going to cycle. All right. The emissary's message. Abruptly, the malformed body of an unnatural nightmare slams onto the stage, its slithering tendrils reaching into the aisles. It opens its maw and lets out a shrill, piercing song. The melody is uncanny. The notes sear into your mind. Pain pounds in your forehead, and blood runs from your ears. Search for the royal emissary and spawn it. That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Royal emissary. So yeah, 4 fight, 2 evade, and 4 health, and it goes after the lowest willpower, which unfortunately right now is actually Patrice. So having this coming after me might be a little annoying. Mythos, continue. Boop. Reveal the location with the most clues. We'll put it here, and I'll put a clue on him. Dissonant voices. That's annoying. Okay, well that's going to decide what I'm going to do this round. It's not playing Mind's Eye, unfortunately. Alright. What we can do for now... let's go ahead and move up with Agnes. Go say hi to this guy. I will attempt to shriveling it. So this will be 6-3. Alright, that does kill it. I will get its clue off of it. That was my second action, by the way. Alright, I am going to go ahead and check this area to see what it is. Okay, perfect. It's just the dressing room. Okay. So, Patrice, I'm going to go ahead and move her down to here. Okay, there is stuff here. It is 5 Shroud. Alright, well, there's not much I can do here, so I will go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and use Patrice's violin to discard a winging it to gain 1 resource. Then I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location with Rite of Seeking. I am going to go ahead and commit Say Your Prayers. So this will be +4, so I'm 9 to 5. Good to go. We get both clues here. All right. We have 1 action remaining. There's not really much I can do with it. I'm just going to gain a resource. And pray that we can get through this. All right. Enemy phase. This guy is going to move over. It's going to do 1 horror, which I will put on Madame Lebranche. Oh, I did forget about Agnes. I am going to go ahead and do the Forbidden Knowledge, by the way, and gain a resource, and then put this in heal. Okay. In any case, that is it for this round. Goes to upkeep. Okay, we're still good on hand size. Ward of Protection I can't use. Okay, and this gets discarded. Alright, so I have another opportunity to play Mind's Eye, which I desperately need to play. Mythos, or now 1 of 6. Black Stars Rise, so I'm 2 to 4 right now. Not much I can do about it. Let's go 4 to 4. And we pass. No Doom is in play. We do have 1 Doom in play. Otherwise, it's going to be 1 willpower, and you fail to discard 2 cards at random. I'm 5 to 1. I pass. Okay. All right. Agnes is going to go ahead and move over 1. And I'm going to go ahead and move down 1. Okay. If I succeed by a ton here, I will take 1 horror. That's not a big deal. I do have 1 action remaining. I am going to go ahead and... So I can either investigate through the Man of the Pallid Mask here, or I can do it through the rehearsal room. I'm going to go ahead and just do the rehearsal room first. I'll commit a right seeking thing. So it's going to... actually, before we do that, I will go ahead and use the... I'm thinking here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do Forbidden Knowledge, and put 1 horror on... Actually, I won't do that. Never mind. I am just going to investigate. So currently I am 6 to 1. Is this super overkill? It is. I pass. I am going to take 1 horror because of it, but I will get both clues here. Alright, we have all the victory. It's been found. All of it. And then all we have to do is engage this guy and blow him to pieces. Investigating is just not going to happen because it requires you to actually do the investigate ability that's on him, which means I would have to do book instead of willpower, and that's just not an option. Okay, Patrice, I know you're a little busy. First action, spend 3. Discard Rite of Seeking to play Mind's Eye. Next. I'm going to go ahead and fight the Watcher from another dimension. I'm going to be right now 5-5, 6-5, 7-5, and I'm going to choose skulls as the token. So I picked skulls for this reason. Ignores all the effects, including the modifier. So that gets rid of this. And we have one action remaining, which unfortunately I can't really do much with. Produces violinist is fortunately going to not do anything right now either. This guy is going to come and say hi to me and murder me, but it's okay. I'm just going to gain a resource, and we'll just take what's coming to us. All right. So, enemy phase comes on down. It's going to hit me for 2, which I'm going to put on. What order do we want to do this in? Yeah, we'll put on Madame Lebranche and put a horror on her, and then that'll be it. Okay. So the good news is the Whispers of the Dead is not actually that dangerous anymore, because all I need to do is get to the lobby. Upkeep. Upkeep. Okay, good. Another Mind's Eye. That's good. What is a little concerning is we are racing the clock at this point. Not the end of the world, but it's still scary. All right, second Doom. Reveal location with the most clues. So unfortunately, it is this location, so we do need to deal with that. Okay, 5-2. Good to go. Oh, one thing I'll talk about as far as my previous attempt, one thing that screwed me over a lot was actually curse tokens. And the only curse tokens I was gaining is from Promise of Power. And no matter what, I drew all of them. And that just kind of ended me. Anyway, that was Mythos. We'll go investigation phase. Alright, I'm going to start with Agnes first. Oh, by the way, Pete should have healed. Okay. Next. So first action, I'm going to engage the man in the pallid mask. I'm then going to go ahead and try to blast him with shriveling. I will commit a long shot to this. So currently I'm 6-4. We'll go 7-4. Good to go. We do 2 damage plus 1 from long shot, so this will kill the man in the pallid mask. This will advance. Oh yeah, I didn't even read this part. The stranger, the mysterious stranger from the king that in yellow might know something about what happened during the intermission. You must find and confront him if you are to discover the truth. When the man in the pallid mask would be discarded from play, just advance. And then over here, encore, the creature's song echoes relentlessly through the halls of the theater. The melody repeats again and again, yet somehow never the same note twice. 6 doom to advance. All right. Again, it's this one. All right. So we're going to get 2 of these, and these things are -4, good times. All right, the path is mine. All right, as you face off with the stranger, you get the sense that he is grinning beneath his pale, faceless mask. Where is everyone, you ask, but he does not respond. What is going on? He remains silent and steps back as you approach until his back is against the corner of the room. Inexplicably, he continues to back away, and his body melds into the wall behind him, erupting from where he stood in a growing mass of viscous ooze. All right, so he is now going to be over here. And now we have ooze coming out of the original position, which is over here. And the ooze is a 4-foot test. When you leave the location, and if you fail, you'll take 1 horror and 1 damage. All right, so I'll go ahead and move. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move at this point. 4-4 right now. Not much I can do about that. 4-4. I pass. Cool, I don't take any extra damage or horror. All right, so we're just making a beeline. Curtain call, the stranger must know the way out. You must follow him. While the man in the pallid mask is not in play, the lobby will gain the action resign. And then at the end of each round, the horror spreads one connection. And then if everyone resigns, you can get out of there. All right, Patrice. So this is going to be a little dangerous because I did add 2 tablets now, but there's not much I can do about it. As a lightning bolt, I'm going to get rid of Mind's Eye and gain 2 more of these secrets on my current one. Like so. All right. And then I am going to go ahead and attempt to evade this thing. Currently, we are 5-2. Because I'm using the Mind's Eye to make it so it's a will check. And I'll commit a Saint's Hubert key, so it's 6-2. We succeed. He is now evaded. That was my first action. Next action, I am going to attempt to attack it. I'll go ahead and commit Say Your Prayers. So that's going to be 9-4. Good to go. Does 1 damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time. This will be 9-4 again. Good to go. Does 1 damage. All right. That is everybody. Goes to enemy phase. Now the enemies are moving. The Royal Emissary is going to unexhaust eventually, but at the end of the enemy phase, it will still do a horror damage. So I'm going to get to 5 here. This will get discarded. I will heal for 2. This gets, and then my sanity goes back to 7, and this goes down by 1 and 1. Okay. And then upkeep. Painkillers. And a bunch of these. All right, Pete Sylvester will make things a bit more bearable. Just slightly. Okay. Mythos. 3 of... Oh, also this will spread. Okay, 3 of 6. Most clues. Oh, actually, it's just prey, most clues. All right. Not the end of the world, but I am kind of busy. All right, I do have some ways to hopefully help deal with this. Okay. And then for you... Oh, you spawn in the worst times. Okay. Not much I can do about that. I'm going to start with Agnes first. Agnes, blast away. So you're 6-4 right now. I'll commit a Uncage the Soul, so it'll be 8-4. Oh, go. I will take 1 horror, which I will use to do 1 damage to this guy. All right. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah, I want to do it that way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make 1 more blast. With Shriveling. I'm going to commit Long Shot. Ward of Protection. And Painkillers. So it's going to be 8-4 again. Okay, this will do 3 damage thanks to the Long Shot and Shriveling. So this will kill him. Put him in the victory display at least. Then going to go ahead and move. I have to do another test, 4-4. I pass again. All right, that is it for Agnes. So the Poltergeist is a problem because I don't have an answer for that thing. Like at all. I have no solution. And I can't hit him. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my last charge of Mind's Eye to evade Big Butt Baby. I will commit a Fearless, so that's going to be 5-2. We pass. I will recover 1 horror. Because of the Fearless. Now it's my first action. I am going to go ahead and use Patrice's Violin to discard this Overpower and draw a card. Okay. I will attempt to parlay using Perception on the Poltergeist. 4 to 3. +1 to this, and after the skill test ends, you may shuffle all but 1 card from your discard pile into your deck. All but 1 card. So let's choose Not Haunted. I mean, actually, yeah, all but 1 card. All right, this does succeed, so we do a damage to this thing. Then I'm going to go ahead and parlay. Do I want to parlay? Yeah, I'll parlay one more time. Promise of Power. So we're going to be 6 to 3. I will have to add a curse. This is only -1 now because my horror is only at 2. So this is dead. Alright, unfortunately we're going to lose the Pete Sylvester. I really wanted to get that out, but that was not happening. Anyway, I'll go ahead and shuffle this because I don't remember if I did or not. Oh my gosh. Alright. That is everybody. This guy will unexhaust again and do 1 horror. So I'm back up to 3 again. These guys aren't doing anything. Upkeep. Oh, Arcane Initiate. Been a while. Okay, got our St. Hubert's Key back. Desperate Search, Promise of Power, and Reckless Assault. Alright. Mythos. We are 4 of 6 right now. I have 3 horror, so I do lose an action. This surges. This gets added. Can't trigger lightning bolt abilities. Okay. That is just the Forbidden Knowledge at this point. Dissonant Voices. Okay. I'm not playing the St. Hubert's Key. That's for sure. Alright. Oh, also, the goop spreads again. Alright. Holy cow. Alright. Let's start with, so we're okay for 1 round. There is no Ancient Evils, so we're good on this front. There were cards that could add possibly some additional doom to the field, but that won't cause the agenda to advance. And then as far as Black Stars Rise, we've gotten 2 of them out. So hopefully, if we have the choice, we'll just do something else with that nonsense. Okay, I'll start with Agnes. I need to do a foot test, 4 to 4. I do take a horror and a damage. It is, so the way it's worded is it's when I leave. When I leave the location. So it's going to be when I get to here. So this will get to here. I will take the horror. So I can do my ability and do 1 damage here. And then for my last action, I'm going to go ahead and do Sword Cane, which will be 6 to 3. I will commit an Arcane Initiate to make it 4 to 3. Or sorry, 7 to 3. And that will kill this. I will get the clue. Doesn't really matter. But he's gone. Alright. Okay. So here's the question. So right now these are -3s. And there's a curse token in here. So yeah, if we get, so it's like half and half essentially is my chances to do what I need to do here. All right, Lightning Bolts with Patrice to go ahead and discard a card and draw a card. I'm going to discard this St. Hubert's Key. We'll discard the Desperate Search and draw a card. All right, not what we wanted. Okay. So first action, we're going to fight. I'm going to use reckless assault. So we're going to be 6 to 4. 6 to 4. That's -3. All right, we're going to get retaliated for 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to evade this guy with the promise of power. So I'm going to be 6 to 2. Good to go, and I can shuffle all but 1 card in. I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, actually, this gets discarded first. So it goes here. All right, he's evaded. I am going to go ahead and just take an action to move. We're going to go up here to join the party. Okay. So we're good to go on that front. So let's go ahead and go enemy phase. So this guy's not going to hit anyone, but he is going to still do the horror damage. So we'll put a horror here. And you will take a horror. All right, upkeep. Strangle Curses. You're an elite, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay. Mythos 5 to 6. All right, bad card. So I can go anywhere because it's a tie. Attached to your location with some additional doom, which doesn't really matter. So we have to get out now. There's not really any alternatives to this. It's either we get out now or we defeat the do damage to that Royal Emissary. Problem is can I actually do any damage to that Royal Emissary? We'll start with, I have friggin' dissonant voices right now, so the answer may... Yeah, I can't even play an event right now. I'll go ahead and do this. I'll discard Improvised Weapon to draw a card. Alright, I'll discard Mind's Eye to get 2 of these back. Oh, also, we do get a splat thing here. Yeah, the problem is we're 4 to 4 right now, and that's just not enough. Oh, actually, we have... Okay, we have. I'm going to have Agnes go down. First, I will need to do the 4 to 4 check. I succeed, so I don't take the extra damage. I'm then going to go ahead and use Sword Cane. And I will go ahead and commit a Promise of Power. So currently I am 10 to 4. Alright, I do pass. Get rid of that. It's going to do 1 damage. My last action, I'll attempt to evade 4 to 2. I failed. This will put a thing down here. Okay. We are good. We are good to go. So the reason why we're good to go is during the enemy phase, this thing is going to do 1 horror. I will get hit for 2. Oh, also he heals. I would kill him otherwise, but I can't do lightning bolt abilities anymore because of this nonsense. Okay. So in the meantime, we're over here. So I did all this during lightning bolt, so I'm still good on that front at least. I'm going to go ahead and spend an action drawing a card. I'm also going to spend an action to draw a card. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do Mind's Eye to investigate this location. It's going to be with the end of the palette mask. So it's going to be 6. Right now we're 4 to 6. 4 to 6. This will make it 8 to 6. 9 to 6. I'm going to pick tablet. And that's it. 9 to 6. Good to go. So that was -3, so that was 6. It will be 6 to 6 exactly. So this location has been he has been defeated. We can now resign, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now. So last action, resign. Get you out of here! Holy cow! All right. Starting out with Patricia's violin definitely helped out a lot. All right. Clues will get placed on this location. That's fine. All right. Enemy phase. I'm going to get hit for 2 damage. And then it's going to do 1 horror. I will take the horror and use her ability to do 1 damage to this thing, killing it. When it gets killed, remove all doom in play, which includes the Spire of Carcosa here. This goes back, and it's going to have 3 doom on it. Okay. That is it for the enemy phase. Goes to upkeep. Just going to be her now. Then it goes to Mythos, 4, draw, Rotting Remains. I am 6 to 3. I'll go ahead and commit it, Uncage the Soul, make it 8 to 3. Good to go. I'm just making sure events and trigger abilities. Yep, that's all I couldn't do. And this thing is not a lightning bolt. This is thankfully a reaction, so I can do it. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and move and resign. I will need to do a test here real quick. So 4 to 4. I do pass. I'm good to go. Also, technically, the ooze should have spread to like here, 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 and here, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so I move here. I resign. We're good to go. All right, cool. That was tough. All right. Escaping the theater, the stranger gives you a slight bow as he steps through the lobby's front entrance, opening a glass door that was not there a moment before. A sudden cacophony of noise erupts around you, and you fear that the building has only seconds before it is destroyed. You flee, crashing through the front doors and leaving the ruined theater in your wake. Several blocks away, you take a moment to rest and think about what you witnessed. We will go ahead and warn the police, which, of course, is going to be Resolution 1. Resolution 1. Okay. So, police won't help us. We do get 1 conviction. I am still going to go ahead and do a conviction run this time around. I did not steal from the box office. You tried to warn the cops. All right. Add the Man of the Pallid Mask weakness to the lead investigator's deck. Here you go. Then that is it. Mark 2 tally marks for chasing the stranger, because of course we did it twice this round. And then each investigator gets experience equal to victory. We are going to get 8 experience, it looks like. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8. 8 experience. All right, that puts us in pretty good shape. All right, yeah. So this first scenario is pretty rough because it can spiral out of control. Running out of juice was pretty scary. I was very concerned about Patrice dealing with the royal emissary on her own, because in my previous attempt, I ended up forcing Agnes to run at it and try to hold it off, which it was easy enough to kill, but then it came back, of course. But doing this and kind of stalling for time and just letting Patrice kind of buy a little bit of time and whittle it down a little bit definitely worked out in my favor, which is kind of nice. Any case, obviously the hidden cards can be kind of dangerous, but yeah, overall I think it went pretty well. Not starting with any sort of ways to get in clues in the beginning was definitely a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. In any case, we'll go ahead and do some upgrades. So BRB. All right, hey, I'm tagging this on in the middle somewhere. I did make a mistake with Patrice. When I did the investigate, that was actually her last action, so I could not have left at that point. So I should have, I believe, 1 charge of Mind's Eye. And then I should have discarded these as part of the upkeep and then drawn 4. And then I would have gotten a encounter card, which would have been this, which is Rotting Remains. And for Rotting Remains, we'll be 4 to 3 right now. In which case, as part of, I can go ahead and commit a Mind's Eye and a Miss Doyle. Also, during the actual skill check itself, I can actually have Lightning Bolts, I believe. Yeah, skill bet. Yeah, so I can go ahead and discard a card and draw a card as well. So I'll discard a improvised weapon and draw a card, and then commit that. So this will put us at 7 to 3, and we're good. So it would not have killed her. Then during her turn, she would have just left at that point. And then, of course, Agnes would have moved up and left as well. So yeah, the back-to-back Rotting Remains is kind of scary, but yeah. So yeah, everything's legit now, hopefully, and yeah. Take it away, other me. Okay. So for Agnes, we do have 2 arcane researchers in it down the rabbit hole. So I'm going to upgrade 1 Shriveling till Shriveling level 3 for free, because it's reduced cost 1, 1, and 1. Then I'm going to upgrade the second Shriveling for only 2, because down a rabbit hole will affect 2 cards that you're upgrading. So far I've spent 2 XP. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade both Pete Sylvesters to the level 2 versions, so that's another 4, so 6 in total. And then the last 2 experience I'm going to put towards Water Protection level 2. I was kind of tempted to upgrade Fearless instead, but I think getting that Water Protection to be able to affect other people, I think, is pretty useful. So yeah, that is what we're looking at. So Shriveling level 2, Shriveling level 3, of course, is just for additional plus willpower, which we're going to need if we're going to be fighting big guys. And then Pete Sylvester now provides plus 1 willpower and has an additional Horror Soak, so that is super useful to us. So we're good to go on that front. We do have an extra card in the deck because we have the Pallid Mask in our deck right now. So that is it for Agnes. And then over here with Patrice, with 8 experience, I'm going to spend 3 to get Charisma, so we now have 2 ally slots. I mean, we only have 3 allies in the deck, but having to pick and choose which one you want and play is pretty rough, as you probably have noticed. Also, just having the extra soak is just beneficial. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my 1 Rite of Seeking and replace it with a Cornered, which is cost me 2 experience. It's a talent Lightning Bolt. Discard 1 card from your hand. Get plus 2 skill value for this skill test. Limit once per test. Bravery is born when there is no other choice. It also can be committed for a willpower or a fist. And then I'm also spending another 2 to get a second Cornered. So that limit once per test is per card. So if I have both Cornereds out, I can actually discard 2 cards to get plus 4 to a skill test. And as you could probably tell, sometimes I'll have skill cards that I just can't really use anyway. Speaking of cards, I didn't really need to use that often. I am going to go ahead and replace one of my manual dexterities with this Cornered, and then the other manual dexterity is going to be replaced with a Gumption for 1 experience. So, of course, we're already familiar with Gumption. It can now commit and reduce the difficulty by 2, and it can be committed to anything. So that's very, very useful. Go ahead and get rid of these curse tokens. Okay. So yeah, this was 3 experience, 2 experience, 2 experience, and 1 experience, so a total of 8. I've already adjusted the slots, and we'll put these into the deck. So the corners should help us out quite a bit. They're also very cheap to get out, so hopefully that will be all we need to worry about. At this point, I'll probably consider getting another charisma in the future, but for right now, I think we're good to go. Anyway, that was all of our experience spent. We still, of course, have 2 mental trauma, but hopefully that'll be enough to get us on to the next part. All right, so we got the last king for our next one. Once you kind of get past this part, it gets reasonably okay. So I'm hoping the next one will be okay-ish, but you never know. Obviously, the last king, that depending on what sort of parlay junk you have to do, it can be kind of a pain. But we'll deal with that when it comes. So for right now, also I forgot to put the lead investigator. It was actually going to be Agnes, as you probably could tell from putting the pallid mask in there. All right, so we'll go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Dealer. This was Arkham Horror, the card game, playing Path of Carcosa again, and we just finished Curtain Call, and I'll see you guys next time.